I'm Eileen, and I'm playing Serafina in The Rose Tattoo.
And I'm Greg, and I'm directing this production of The Rose Tattoo. We have worked together on a production of The Rose Tattoo in somewhat different roles.
Mm-hmm. In 2003, I played one of the neighborhood Italian women.
And I was Father DeLeo.
Mm-hmm. So we were in a scene together, sort of, where we save him from Serafina, who is kind of upset with him and going after him. We rescued him. So I think I had met you maybe before the show through a mutual friend, but I didn't really know you. And I definitely enjoyed everybody in that cast. And one of the biggest things I got from Greg was, because he's of course acted all over the place, and not acted all over the place, but he's performed all over the world practically. But he makes a nice little, in the dressing room, the way he puts things together, it's like very homey, and he has little icons, and it's funny because I do that now. So that's what I got from Greg on our last production.
I like doing that in the dressing room because it makes it more homey. It's where you go to work, and I have some things of inspiration in front of me. And
I remember the little Buddha, like a little Buddha statue.
Yeah.
I don't know if this is going to be interesting to
That Buddha is gone. I still have him, but he's...
This production is very different,
Yeah.
I would say, from the production that we were both involved with, which was a great experience. But, I had actually seen a production of this play 20 years ago when Baileywood did it, and at that point I hadn't read it or anything, and I fell in love with just how passionate, funny, moving it was, and how I felt when I came out of the theater. I felt
How'd
so
you feel?
good.
You felt good?
I felt really good. I mean, it was like, I don't know, it was a play that was full of life, and I never forgot it.
Yeah, I think that's one of the things that attract me to the play, is that it is full of life, and it's one of the few plays that Tennessee Williams wrote that is positive and actually has a happy ending.
Mm-hmm.
I hope that's not giving anything away. And that there's a lot of warmth and humor and passion and love and life. Oh my God, a lot of life. And it's interesting, when we worked on it before, our perspective on the play was from our character's perspective, and now you're playing Serafina, and I'm the director, so our perspectives are completely different. Whereas, like when I was playing Father DeLeo, I saw the world through his eyes, mm-hmm. which was not a happy way to see the world.
Yeah.
But being outside the world of the play, it is so much fun to work on, and so much fun to watch these wonderful actors putting it together and enjoying it and using themselves to put all this life in the role.
And that being said, I think it's also great for us as actors to work with someone who has such a wealth of experience as an actor and a director, but to really have that for this play, that even though there are magical elements of it, the characters are so rich. So really having that language of an actor to bounce ideas off of, to get ideas from, he's got great ideas, I think makes it a really good match. It's a good match. You're a good match.
And having actors like you and Nick and Daniela and Drew and all the others who are so clearly invested in their characters and in the play, and are so willing to, really.
It's a play that you really grab by the cojones. I mean,
yes.
And hopefully it's a play that but I also think it has the potential to really grab the audience's heart. And I think that's what makes it so great.
Oh yeah. It has a lot of heart. Yeah. So, Eileen, how do you work on this role? I mean, how do you work on Serafina, or how do you think about approaching
Well, this play, I really had to start working on the lines early. probably I approached it differently in that way, that I just really had to start doing that because I also have another job, and
She talks a lot.
she talks a lot. It's both, she's very verbal and very physical. And I have found, even on the way to rehearsals, I will often do a vocal warm-up just because after, whatever I'm doing, a long day at one job coming to do another, I find that I really have to take care of myself and exercise, eat well, because I do feel it like more in this process because it does take quite a bit of energy. That's also, I think, what makes her fascinating, though. You have to have that because it's part of being Italian. The great thing is he has really written this character and all the Italian characters so authentically that it's almost, literally when I was reading it and memorizing, there would be moments I'm like, how does he know this? How did he do this? And because he spent, I think, so much time in Italy, and his partner, his family was Italian. And I think that's where he just, for whatever reason, he could really synthesize the culture as well as sort of the heart of the people that the characters he was writing about. And I think he's done that beautifully, which makes it, I don't know, the way I've been thinking about it, it's challenging but fun.
And I mean, some of the challenges for me in directing are that it's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of props, and there's a sort of operatic feeling to it.
Right.
And one of the things that Tennessee Williams has written, he's written about this woman, Serafina, and her daughter, Rosa, but they also live in a Sicilian community on the Gulf of Mexico, and so they're living in an environment that's very much alive around them, and so Tennessee Williams has very much written a lot of that activity happening around, and one of my challenges as a director is to create that world around Serafina and her home so that it's a living, vibrant feeling. It's a very, there's a lot of life in the play, not just in Serafina and her daughter, but in the community that they both live in, and a lot of emotions and a lot of heightened activity.
Mm-hmm. And it's an area that's very warm because you have people that are living there from the South Louisiana, right? And
Mississippi.
And then you have the people who came over from Italy, and so it's quite an interesting mix of
Yeah.
people and personalities in this sort of area that is, sort of like a hotbed of activity and life. And so I think that one thing, and probably what I love about it more than anything, in the heart of winter, to have this piece that is so full of, yes, in Tennessee Williams' work there is, sadness, and there is, some difficult experiences the characters face, but it is a happy play, and in the dead of winter, I think it's just hopefully going to make people really feel warm and sort of lifted up.
And I
love that.
I think audiences will be really entertained by it. There's a lot going on. The story is wonderful. The characters are wonderful. And it's a kind of play which I love, where I think people will come out feeling good, really good, and with a feeling of hope.
Yeah.
And a feeling of connection.
And also, I think hopefully they'll have had it's a good time. I mean, I think it's a good time.
A good time, yeah.
Yeah, so I think that, especially, for Shattered Globe, because we're known for doing such heavy dramatic plays. And this it has everything in it, but it's certainly
there's certainly
fun.
plenty of drama in here also.
Yeah.
But it's balanced with a lot of humor and lightness. So come.
Yep. Hope to see you there.